So Jose, I am obviously very happy to have this short conversation with you. On maybe before we start to speak about GLR and everything, can you maybe tell us a bit about yourself? What is driving you in your daily life, and at least your...
Yes, a bit about myself. I have been working for Jaguar Land Rover now for over 4 years. I'm the head of Digital Engineering Capability Department, and part of my responsibility is the deployment of 3DEXPERIENCE across the company. Prior to this, I worked for 17 years in aerospace. It's only over the past 4 years since I came to GLR that I was exposed to 3DEXPERIENCE as a user. And it has been a wonderful journey over the past 4 years to getting to know the system, getting to see the potential of the system, and starting to realize that potential in practice.
So what did you think is interesting, because so you really discovered 3DEXPERIENCE on ENOVIA, so starting this new job in at GLR. So what are the main differences that came to your mind, or to when you compare to what you were doing before?
I have been exposed to 3DEXPERIENCE through conferences and conversations with colleagues. I was really surprised about how different 3DEXPERIENCE is from other PLM systems, because what I quickly realized is that 3DEXPERIENCE is first and foremost a collaboration platform. It is a platform that enables different functions to work together. Is a platform that enables all the data to be live, to be in context. It's also a platform that has got a very sophisticated data model underneath. It is not a file-based system, and that gives it a competitive advantage over other systems. What you can do with 3DEXPERIENCE is very different to what is available in other systems. So the past 4 years have been a wonderful journey of discovery. We are starting to realize the potential is becoming real now that we are very significantly extending the reach of 3DEXPERIENCE within Jaguar Land Rover. We are finally realizing that vision of a platform that brings different functions together. They all are feeding from the same data, and where there is not a lot of friction when transferring data across different functions. It is rather frictionless, a rather frictionless system. ENOVIA is, in my opinion, the heart of 3DEXPERIENCE, is the beating heart, is what makes the magic happen. The potential of it is wonderful. Our ability to integrate the engineering function with the manufacturing function, with the purchasing function, is something that is very complex, but we are truly getting there. We are starting to see how it benefits Jaguar Land Rover in practice.
So Jose, you mentioned that actually it's more than PLM platform, it's also really a collaborative environment for connecting many different users and functions. So actually, in terms of collaboration, it's really linked to the habits of individuals and how they are doing the work, and how they interact with each other. So do you have some example or some insight about how you manage to manage this transformation in the way of working inside Jaguar Land Rover?
Let me give you an example, Stefan, which is one of the intelligence apps within the platform. We now have the purchasing team. They have access to the geometry. They can access through a web application. So the barrier to entry for that team is very, very low. They can see the physical properties and the shape of the parts that they are negotiating with suppliers. They can also see similar parts through one part. They can see the cost of the different parts. So all of a sudden, we are giving functions like purchasing the tools to drive negotiations with suppliers. And they are using the system and they are looking at the CAD, they are comparing the CAD to other parts that are similar for which we know what the prices are. This is something that is completely new, is revolutionary for us. And it's just one of the examples, but there are many others. All of a sudden, our ability to synchronize the engineering BOM with the manufacturing BOM, with the bill of process, instead of having to have different systems that you need to synchronize at all times, it's very manual, it's very error prone, it's very, very inefficient. All of a sudden, we in engineering can work with our colleagues in manufacturing, with our colleagues in other areas, all looking at the same data.
So it's really the realization of the single source of truth kind of paradigm or idea. That's very strong. And so do you get people that we are not used to get connected or to speak together to then connect through the platform?
Very much so. And in a way it has been easier than we thought it was going to be in terms of bringing other functions, because a lot of them have quickly realized the massive potential of the platform. One of the things that is great about the platform is that you can access the platform through the web. The barrier to entry is quite low. All of 10, 15 years ago, the thought of certain functions like purchasing or procurement, bringing up CAD data, looking at that data, manipulating that data, adding metadata to that CAD data was unthinkable, too complex. So it's only specialist CAD engineers would be doing that. Whereas now I can go on my tablet, I can go on my laptop, I can do it from home. I can look at the database, I can access the database, I can bring up the parts, I can interrogate the metadata in those parts. The limit is your imagination in terms of the information that you can put over there, and all that data is accessible to everybody at the same time. So all the different functions can enrich that data, and that becomes very powerful.
Yourself, I mean, your experience of using the platform, maybe with Dassault Systèmes or with your own teams, and maybe some experience back from this difficult COVID time.
So I am an engineer and I'm quite curious. I do use the platform myself. I use it pretty much every day. Not only I use it to collaborate with my team, I also use it to communicate different things. The point on COVID, and this is a rather personal one, because we, very similar to most people in the world, it caught us unprepared, as it did to most people. And 3DEXPERIENCE became a key enabler for the company to continue functioning, because we no longer have the ability to share pieces of paper, meet by the coffee machine and interact with people on a face-to-face basis, which is what we were used to in Jaguar Land Rover. It definitely accelerated the uptake of 3DEXPERIENCE, and it absolutely became an enabler for us, and it has continued to be an enabler over the past few years. So we managed to convert what was a very challenging situation for the whole company into an opportunity.
What I was about to mention, it's really from challenge to opportunity, and actually maybe a way to accelerate people transformation, transitions.
It has, on a personal level, it has put more pressure on me and the team. One of the results of the success is that the company wants more and more, which is a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful position to be in. We have definitely become more and more business critical over the past 3 years. Our ambition is very high. So we are still at the beginning of what is going to be a very long journey. It probably will never finish. We will always continue to bring new technology, but we finally feel that we've got solid foundations to build upon.
So Jose, really thank you for all those I think precious insights. Again, I know that our partnership is going to continue for the years to come. As you said, it's a big start, but it's still a start. We still have to do a lot of things to do together to invent, I would say, the virtual experience of for the automotive industry at large. So thank you for helping us doing that, and you can obviously count on us for.
You are very welcome, Stefan, and also thank you, because you have become a key enabler in the success of the company. The support that we have had from you has been excellent. We truly are working as one team, and it is wonderful. It is wonderful to see how we together are making a true difference.